Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Matthew Stafford on the road versus the Ravens. Overtime thriller, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. So if you're ever wondering where all that college football film went, Patreon community. If you're ever wondering where the in-depth full game stuff is, where I'm really trying to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room, the Quarterback School Patreon community. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Next one up here, week 14. Heartbreaker for the Rams. In overtime, rainy, misty, dot here on 3rd and short. Little high, back shoulder-ish. Great ball location here. Again, the aggressiveness on 3rd and short. The precision. Beautiful throw. Nice catch radius as well there. You know, maybe a little bit of a push-off. Never going to get called. Don't cry about it, DBs. Really nice job there. Again, check the matchup out down here to the bottom. So we start in 3-by-1. We bump it out. Looks like man. Catch middle field closed. And even though the safety is what I would classify as like hedging down here to the bottom. So he's here, press here. That's not a great look because you're thinking, oh, this guy's potentially got the ability to get over the top of this thing. Now, it really doesn't matter on a back shoulder-ish throw. But at the snap, we go here, and then he starts working towards the middle of the field. His eyes are this way, right? The 3 are over here. So then it just reaffirms, confirms that ability to get the matchup you want down here to the bottom. And it's 3rd and short. You're going to get opportunities for one-on-ones down the field. You know, just for fun, if you wanted to work up top on the triple slant, you know, you probably got both the outside 2 as winners. But that's just a beautiful throw. And again, it can't be overstated. They're not playing in 72 and sunny here. Okay, this is wet. Not fun to throw touch balls like this. Beautiful throw, first down. Next one here, little cool design off the naked keeper world. 2-by-2. You're going to get Kupp kind of in that fast flat. It's almost like the jet sweep runoff. But the thing I love about this, there's a few little nuanced details that I love. First of all, Stafford off platform. You know, maybe something I don't necessarily think of as his like elite strength, but he's pretty damn good. And he's got just this easy flick about it. His feet don't have to be set. He just sees this and it opens. There's nothing, you know, when he goes to make this fake right here that says, oh, I'm going to have Kupp by himself over here. They just drop him over here. But again, these motions, they put so much horizontal stress on a defense. You know, you don't know if he's going to get the ball there on like a fly sweep. You don't know if he's just running through there as eye candy, but they essentially drop him. So when Stafford comes out of here to make this fake and he comes back around, he just sees Kupp wide open. He just sees the defense drop him, essentially create this kind of like wall out here. So he's able to just see it and flick it and have a good enough throw that the ball's in Kupp's hands. Okay, the ball is in Kupp's hands, and the tight end, who's running like what I'm used to calling like an angle or a flag or a corner pylon, whatever, he actually throws up his mailbox right here. He thinks he's wide ass open. The ball's already in Kupp's hand going down the sideline when he throws up a mailbox. That's how fast it happens. It's the time that he's playing as well, how quickly it happens. Okay, so the first thing here, let's just watch how quickly this thing gets into Kupp's hands. Out, boom, on him. Okay, now again, it's not a perfect throw. It's wet. I'm not freaking out. Now watch the tight end on the little angle or corner, 87. It's in Kupp's hands right there. Now watch the tight end. Mailbox. I'm open, dude. Throw it to me. I'm going to score. Thanks. Punt return right. Big chunk. That's all Stafford vision, being able to see it, get it on him quickly. Now it's a great catch from Kupp as well. It's also a really nice design here again. Nakua down here securing the edge. They asked these guys to do all of the above. Just a great job outflanking the defense. Big, easy chunk, 1st and goal inside the 5. Next one here, 3rd and 6. This is a beautiful touchdown pass. Now, there's a lot going on here on this play that we're going to talk about pass pro, but the throw, the anticipation to Cup up top on a corner with a free runner right in his face, he lets it go with crazy anticipation. He throws up his hand before Cup even catches the ball. Watch Stafford here. Let the thing go. Look where Cup is when he throws this thing, by the way. Right there, he's going to throw it. Cup is right here. I mean, what are you supposed to do if you're this guy? You don't know where the hell he's going. He's got you in. He's got you out. All of the above, he's already throwing it. Defender right in his grill, free runner coming at him. Another thing I love about it is as he retreats and this ball's in the air, he throws up his hand like he knows it's already in. It's money. This thing is sweet. This is high level football post snap. So free runner. Look at Stafford throw his hand up. He hasn't even caught it yet. Dot. That's awesome. That's world-class execution post snap. Now, pre-snap, we've got some issues here, Coach. So you can see the center and Stafford. They're going to go with the declaration to 6. Okay, so that's going to put the back on 0, and that's going to make that DB to the left a free runner. Now, that's not probably what you'd want to do, especially if this is 7-person protection. But man, that's so good from Stafford. Free runner, bail, touch, precision, accuracy. Oh my goodness. Now again, just so we can understand the entire kind of what's going on here, you can see here when they make the declaration, when they make this point. So watch the center and Stafford. So they're both going here. And again, it's not always best to watch it at this angle, but we'll talk about it. So they're going here. I'm saying that this is a 7-person protection. So 5 offensive linemen, the back, and then this is kind of a tweener for me. I'm going to say he's supposed to stay in. He's got like chipping, so if his guy doesn't come, he can go out. So what's going on here is the offensive line is going to take the 4 down, and here they're going to identify him essentially as the Mike. I know he's not the Mike. Don't freak the hell out. But that's where they're going, those 5. So then that would put the tight end to the first outside, whoever shows up here, or here. He's got kind of this duel. Well, that puts the back on the same duel. So now the back is going to go 1 to 2. Well, when he blitzes and the back has to block him, now we're in all sorts of trouble because this guy is free runner. So basically the easiest school of thought, hey, they got you here. Okay, but what most quarterbacks and systems don't want you to do is to, if you're going to redeclare, you better know. And even though he does redeclare, he's able to sort it out. He's got the tools to be able to navigate. All right, dang, they got me. Free runner. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I've got the short motion corner. I can throw it with crazy anticipation and throw an absolute dot and not even get hit. But this process is probably not what they wanted at the line of scrimmage. So again, regardless, the good part is that they're on the same page. The other good part is Stafford's got the skills and the toolkit to make this thing happen. So one of those things for me here, in 7-person protection, you should almost, the only way you're hot is if one of these guys green dogs or adds on. So once you see 2 safeties back there, so in my mind, and this is off the topic, but when I see 2 safeties back like this with 7-person protection, in my mind, they can almost never get us. The only way that they can really get you in 7-person protection is for one of these guys to be close and to add on or green dog. Because we've got 7, right? Go through the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 7 blocking. We just declared it incorrectly at the offensive line, but at least we were on the same page, and the Rams have Stafford to sort it out. The final guy with the pen, outstanding job. And that, I want to make sure I give this throw justice because this is a world-class throw. Now, again, they had some line of scrimmage issues, especially late in the game here. You can see the fingerprints of some of this stuff early, though. And they got you. And they're a good coordinator, great scheme, great defense. That's just better offense. Can we also talk about whatever this is. I think I talk about this on almost every video in Baltimore. But am I the only person that thinks that that just looks hilarious? Is it supposed to be a castle? All I think about is Legoland, the Castle Hotel, when I see that. Maybe I'll throw in a little image right here for you. But it's, I don't know, man. It doesn't do it justice. Next one here. We got some spacing issues up top. So there's some cool elements of this play, but up top, the number one, to me, just kind of slows down and runs his route in Cup's area. Now, is the throw going to be good enough? Regardless, who knows? You know, maybe caught a wet thumb. Maybe it didn't come off his hand perfectly. Maybe he's hurt. I can tell you, you know, now I'm going to tread lightly here. First thing I'm going to talk about is just the scheme. Okay, so the part that I thought, this is a cool play. Everybody runs some iteration of what I'm used to calling like a flood. So deep pylon, corner or sail, and then something in the flat over here. Now, the cool part about this one is they asked Nacua here to enter, I think, through the B or the C gap and come across. So that's how they get to the flood. Now, the problem here is that the deep pylon or corner takes it too flat, and now we're in kind of the same area and can almost like cover yourself. Okay. The other part about this, and again, this is just me. Yeah, I fucking can hear the little trolls chirping out here, getting in the comments, coming at me sideways. You know, this guy has never been someone that I've gravitated towards just loving watch play. And I've never really been able to figure out why. The more I watch it, the more respect I have for the arm talent is just out of this world. But what he does at the top of these things, to me sometimes, I think the nicest way to phrase it is that he creates more moving parts or more potential trouble than he has to. He doesn't always do it, but the top of his drops just don't look as smooth sometimes as they should. And I mean like post hitch. So right there, that's like, you know, movement to move type thing. And you might say, oh, you know, he feels that left edge pressure. Okay. But like he brings himself to the issues to me sometimes, and he makes life harder than it has to be. And maybe I'm just being crazy picky right here, but I feel like it'll show up more in the video as well. First, watch that up top, the number one pylon or corner. See how he takes it flat? So for me right here, he needs to take one for the team, and he needs to be exiting to the back pylon. Then this thing will clear up and be a much bigger window for Cup. And again, if it's not there, you can see Nacua coming across for that flood element. So that little detail of that number one's release here just really kills the spacing on this thing. We're too tight. And again, I don't think the ball is perfect. Again, I personally think, especially when Stafford's going to his left, he gets a lot of moving parts going with his lower half. So again, you know, maybe you say the left tackle's too soft right there and he can feel it. All right. But as he moves to the right, he kind of brings himself into the center's issues as well, getting pushed back. We'll chuck and duck, sky mail. Next one here, 3rd and 4. The Ravens get a little confused on the back end, 14 and 26 down here to the bottom. Post, shift, or motion down here, the 3 and the 2. They can't quite get that little swirl or switch release. It leaves Nacua wide open for a massive chunk on 3rd and short. So 3rd and short, pretty good high likelihood across the league. You're going to catch some iteration of man or match. Right here, the Ravens just can't sort it out on the back end, and that's how you get that open. So it's a really nice design. Again, I love the condensed formation the Rams have been using seemingly forever. They go from this is just traditional bunch, and let's assume we know the Ravens call, and they're going to play some sort of man, right? So they're going to lock the number 1, and then they're going to kind of in and out the 2 and the 3. So what that means is whoever becomes the 2 and the 3, so right here it would be the 2 and the 3. They're going to do what I'm used to calling a swirl or switch. It doesn't matter, turn, release, whatever you want to say for the 2 and the 3 to switch. But this is post-snap. Well, guess what? You're playing the Rams. So they're going to move people around and make you move and communicate on defense. So pre-snap, that's what it is. Now post-movement, quick little short movement. And now you can see what happens here with the corner, right? So he kicks out. So now he's locked right here. Now these 2 are in and outing these 2. So when we get a little switch release here, he then takes him over. And theoretically, you would think this defender would take them over and run with Nakua. Now again, 14 is a pretty damn good player. But this is one of those things where just that little subtle movement with the condensed formation, again, appreciate the wide bunch, move, make the defense move, get confused, switch, runaways, multiple runaways, got both your good guys running away from people. Just outstanding. Just really great, subtle offensive architecture. Wide ass open right there. Nice job, Stafford, not missing a layup. Put it on him on the body on the break. Turns into punt return left. Wentz loves it too. Next one here, another touchdown pass, 1 of 3 on the day. We're going to hit the tight end on the little tight end screen down here to the bottom. This is a really nice job by the offensive line, getting out, covering people up. Probably got some potential effort questions for your boy 26 on defense. Nice job from Stafford setting it. Again, if you're an arm angle fan, you probably always love Stafford. Love this kind of drop it down, find the lane. Great job by the center coming out here. These are really difficult blocks sometimes for big guys to be able to get out. Watch that center. Pass set, get out. You can see his eyes. So this to me is always the hard thing for these big guys. He's running this way. His eyes are this way. But you've really got to kind of have an awareness to be able to hang at the line of scrimmage as soon as it's caught. Now we're going to go look for work inside out. So we're going to cover people up. Everybody's covered up. Again, great play calling. I love screens in that kind of like high, 5, 10, 8, 10 yard line because it's tough to get completions down here. Windows are tight. You can steal a touchdown pass with a little screen here to the tight end. Again, 26 here. The guy standing he's the safety at the bottom. He doesn't want any piece of this big guy coming out. Catches a little friendly fire, and that's a nice touchdown pass. Let's roll. Again, just watching the big guys and appreciating the play calling, as much as the quarterback play. So cool arm angle, flip it down, watch 65. Get out there, looking right, hunt inside, cover him up. Get in the end zone. Let's go. Next one here, another naked keeper, this time going up top to the left. Stafford just ridiculous. Reflexes, arm angle, capacity to throw this thing, takes a big shot. It's actually a very similar play to the one we saw earlier where he got it to cup quickly off very similar action. I don't care enough to go back and see if it's the exact same play, but it's damn close to the exact same play. Look at this arm action. Fake it, get your head around. Again, it's not a perfect throw, but it's certainly good enough. Talk a lot on this channel, and I mean probably too much. I get tired of hearing me say it. So I know you probably get tired of hearing me regurgitate and repeat myself. But on these nakeds, when you are the quarterback and you're under center, play fake, you have to have a plan for the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is an unblocked short edge player. Now, this isn't a short edge, meaning that if there was no tight end or wide receiver here, that this guy would be coming right at you. He's not falling for the fake at all. There's no kind of like down the line and readjust. He's coming right at you. What are you going to do? I think the easiest thing for most quarterbacks to do is to fake it and get vertical out, with this idea being that I'm going to have at least enough time if I go vertical out to get some sort of throw off to the flat or skunk it to the flat. This is a great job from Stafford. The body control, just a straight up arm talent, man. Whoop. Full spin, pirouette. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Is he fired up at the end of this thing? No, he just gets knocked to the ground. It's awesome. It's a really nice play. And again, elements of this offense, moving the launch point, just naked keeper stuff. But when you can do stuff like that and bail the play caller out, because Nakua blocks the right guy. He's coming down, securing the edge. He's securing that defensive end, that C-gap player. They just have another player out there. Stafford's able to answer it. Nice catch by Cup. Let's go. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It does mean a lot to me, so thank you for taking the time and doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. We also have Quarterback School courses, a number of different courses. The courses are really the premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We have courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection. The best-selling course is how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you. So if you enjoy the way that I talk and teach ball, you will love the courses. Hop over there and enroll. We have a number of free resources available. Also, check out the new website for all those free resources. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, start of the second half. We're in the third quarter, 3rd and 4. Again, being aggressive on these 3rd and shortishes. We've got Kupp as the new number 2. He's going to run a little corner. Stafford has a great base right here. Great job with his feet. Again, I was critical early and will be critical sometimes to his left with a lot of moving parts. This time, though, he plays with great base, throws with world-class touch, anticipation, beaten man coverage. Now, it helps when you get a guy like Kupp out there who can just gap somebody at the line of scrimmage. But that's not easy, right? You got to trust the back to come across and block the A gap. You got to hang in there. You know, he's almost like hitching back. He's not almost. He is hitching back. So the capacity to generate enough force from that back hip, the rotational force, throw it up. Now, is it a perfect hookup? No, but it's really, really impressive because of the timing and the anticipation. And again, 10's out there just gapping kids. Got no chance versus this. So again, we've already seen this formation, right? 3x1 wide-ish bunch. They're then going to shift out or motion out to still a 3x1 condensed. It puts a little bit of pressure on the defense. They got to sort this thing out, right? So they push out the coverage. So one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. And we're going to come out here and he's going to swing and miss and go whoop, and then we're going to throw it to the corner. I mean, the Ravens are actually kind of lucky that he doesn't have inside fade on here, where this is probably an easier hit and bigger chunk. But because he's breaking out, the ball gets hung up a little bit, hand grenade style. I mean, that is just gapping him. 10-on-10 crime out there. Whoop! Oh, my goodness. We'll see how early he throws this thing anticipation-wise. Hits his back foot, back hitch. There it is. Now, he's already won when he throws it. And again, it's not a dome game, right? Out there dealing with the elements. Really nice big chunk on 3rd and 4. That's a hell of a play, man. And again, it's not always going to be perfect. We can sit here and be, critique the footwork and talk about, what it would look like with less wasted movement. We're not going backwards. But, I mean, there's a guy in his lap. Need a better block from our back as well, blunting that thing in the middle. But, man, going backwards, throwing with touch. Hell yes. I mean, that's a big-time play on 3rd and 4, man. Great route as well, as much as anything. Next one here, another strike. Another great anticipation throw. This time Nakua can't catch it for him down here to the bottom. Little play action, deep in, dagger-ish thing. Now, this is nasty. I mean, the drop is nasty. And it's hard to tell from the All-22, but if I had to guess, I would say Stafford is looking this thing off to the right, throwing almost like a no-look back towards the middle of the field. Because my guy Zero, there's nothing to make him go right there. See him go right at the top of our screen, the linebacker type. He goes to our right, his left, right there, and falls. I mean, he essentially crosses him over with a look off, with a no look. Whoop. And then that's just a shame. Took his eyes off the ball, drop. But this is a very impressive throw because when he goes to throw this, what I'm going to call no look, he's throwing it right there. He taps it right there. Okay, you can see here, this is the route. So the first window would be like right here, right? Because we've got this defender right here. That's the guy we'd look off this way. So it's not there. So he throws it to the second window past him over here, right? So first window on the in, second window on the in. And again, to me here, he's looking him this way, throwing it this way. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I mean, it's, look at the space here. It's 3-on-7, right? And look how wide open he gets from the look off. Oh my. So it's a nothing incompletion, but that is beautiful. That's a great offensive architecture. It's even better quarterback play as far as manipulating your eyes, doing no looks between the hashes. And again, my evidence for saying it's a no look, you could probably go back and look at it on the broadcast. I didn't care that much to do it. But there's just no reason. There's no reason for this guy to move this way, and then it's magnified because then he slips and falls for us to then throw it here, right? If you were looking here, you would think he would move to that lane. It's a hell of a job from Stafford, man. And seemingly he does stuff like this every game. Bunk, dunk. Next one here, 3rd and 8. This could have been another really nice throw. He's going to move to his left, try to hit the wrap in up top to the number 1. Now it's there. Okay, versus a little cover 2. You can see how open the middle of the field is there. He just, as he moves to his left and drops this arm angle down, it comes off a little high. And that's not an easy throw by any means. You know, if we're being crazy critical here, you know, you could probably make the argument that instead of violent resetting like that, you could just slide. But again, even as I say that, I'm cringing myself because, you know, when you're in the moment, you're just moving, you're just evading. So what I'm saying here is in a perfect world, like you're, you know, off season, you're just going to keep your base and slide this way. So keep your feet like this, almost like that, like a bag drill you see guys do in the West Coast all the time to be able to make that throw easier, as opposed to what this to me is like a violent reset. Then you need to get your base back. He just drops it down a little bit and comes out high and hot. So again, you know, could you say a little wasted movement there? I think probably being too picky saying that. This is one of those throws where he makes this type of throw all the time. Now, is it wide open? You know, could he let this thing go just a little bit, you know, more touch, more lead here? Sure, Captain Marker, okay, Captain months later. But again, he's trying to probably manipulate this guy, thinking he's going to just throw it right over the top. And you don't really know what's back here either. It's not like he's got, you know, like an owl over here and can see all the way around his head. Can owls do that? I think they can. They got wide vision. And catch the damn ball. Looks like the timing of that jump is a little funky. But again, you can tell by Stafford's reaction, he expects this to be better. He expects to hook that up. And again, some people get, you know, cringy about this kind of body language. I personally love it. You can tell he's invested. He's fired up. Next one here. This is a beautiful seam. Now we're down 1, 7 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. We're in a 2x2 condensed. It sure looks like Stafford checks to this. So we'll talk about this the second time we watch it. I'm not sure exactly how he knows what the coverage is going to be. And if he thought it was going to be 2, I'm not sure why he would like 2x2 forwards, but he makes it work post snap. And again, he's got a unique skill set to make some of these throws and make things work post snap that I don't think necessarily probably should be there in a traditional look. Now, we watched the game. I put out the game yesterday versus the Browns, and he had a similar type check and throw of a seam. Now, that one, you know, found out later it's got a whole backstory about, you know, bear shit in the woods and McVay and all sorts of happy stuff about him being able to check to this. I'm not sure what this. Okay, so to me here, pre-snap, this sure looks like condensed cover 2, right? Middle field open. He's showing Tampa here with the depth of the Mike linebacker. You're in a condensed 2x2. You know, condensed formations are good for a lot of things. Declaring the coverage is not one of them. So to go from this look, and again, maybe he's just a savant and I'm just a YouTuber, but there's no evidence here for me unless he can hear the calls of why you would want to get to 4 verts out of 2x2 versus this look. 4 verticals is obviously a great play. It's the quarterback school logo. But if I catch 4 verts versus cover 2, I'm really thinking, again, we're about to check this thing down. It's a glorified screen. So when he checks and they spread out, so they spread out to like traditional 2x2, we end up getting a corner blitz and a will. So it ends up being like a glorified saw dog, and it's a bit of a bastardized coverage on the back end. It almost looks like they're playing half field down here and like man up top. So, I mean, he's got either seam post snap. I just don't, again, I'm not in their quarterback room. Maybe they're all just way smarter than I could possibly imagine. Nothing about this says this check is good, except Matthew Stafford playing quarterback post snap. See the check here? He gets to 4 verticals. You can see the corner down here to the bottom. Hey, are we still on? Are we still doing this thing? Yeah, you're still going. I mean, Again, you can see Kupp is there as well on the seam up top. Either seam. Regardless, post snap, big time throw. Does he take 7 under center? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, God. 7 no hitch seam. Okay. Again, not how I think it's drawn up. But post snap, dude is a fixer. He's like George Clooney in that one movie. Dude is just a fixer. What movie is that? I forget. It's a good movie, though. But again, I mean, it's one of those things for me as a quarterback. You know, you hit the audible last week, check seam. Oh, yeah, I got him again, check seam. Again, stay hot, bro. You're on a heater, keep it rolling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, you want to play running back in the NFL? Pass pro. Don't do that shit around the quarterback. I would be furious if I had anything to do with this offense and the back is cutting like this deep. That's how quarterbacks get hurt. That's a hell of a hookup, though. Wow. Next one here, another beautiful play action touch throw from Stafford. We're going to hit Nakua, the new number 1, on a little crosser or over. Great base, world-class touch, probably an even better throw. Now, this is certainly living on the edge a little bit, but man, you got to appreciate just the audacity of this throw. The touch, I mean, it's almost like he doesn't think 6 is even there. Look at his feet. Great base. Who takes an L? The right guard takes an L here. Can't quite hold up. Takes a massive shot. I mean, just a big shot. Oh, my goodness. Look at this throw. So he's on the ground. He doesn't even see it. Head snaps back, hits the ground. Look at that touch. That's a hell of a catch, especially considering the drop we had earlier. But, man, that is beautiful. So, you know, we saw this a little bit, and you see this as kind of a trend across the league where, you know, what might have been like a flat or like a wheel in the past now turns into kind of like this little like fake and then bubble thing that we saw earlier that he hit with Kupp a few times on the nakeds. But now he's out here, and as he runs through this, the timing for me is a little funky because they're kind of in the same space. So if whoever is covering or responsible for Kupp running out here with him eventually, he can kind of turn and muddy this thing up. Now, the other part about this throw, and the part that I think is so great, is the linebacker type that we're dealing with. He just throws it like he's not even there. Like, he's got such great touch that this thing is just an absolute dot, and then it's a great catch as well. So over the second level of the defense, precise accuracy, even better catch. Again, you can see that corner at the bottom, right? The corner at the bottom is carrying Kupp. I guess he does run a wheel. Well, because the corner collisions him, now he's kind of at the same time as that over or crosser. You'd almost expect that corner to make a better play on that, but he's probably so worried about Kupp. Man, that is beautiful touch. Oh my God. And it's a great catch too. These dudes are fun to watch. I might not like it, but man, these dudes are fun to watch. These two wide receivers in Stafford on a high level with this kind of offense. Just unbelievable touch and catch there. Wow. Next one here, touchdown pass. This is a great play from Matthew Stafford. This thing is probably a left to right read. He's got to move because the right tackle takes an L on an inside move. Off platform, find the backside, little slant scramble drill. There's a lot to like here. Just quarterback wise, you know, salvaging the play, not making a bad play a disaster. In fact, making a bad play a great play. And this kind of highlights what I think of when I think of Matthew Stafford. I think he's a great, you know, pocket passer, on time anticipation guy, but he's also got this really cool arm action where he doesn't have to be set. Like, he's off platform right there, but that thing is still a laser, right? Like it you know, some guys will throw this and it will be like a touch throw. He's kind of off platform, boom, and the arm, the flexibility, the bend to be able to kind of move like this and get that throw out there. So it's the vision, the accuracy. It's just great precision, man. The other thing to pay attention to here, perimeter wise, and I just think of it as like an overall holistic, like talk a little bit about scramble drill or like kind of a end zone offense, red zone offense. I think of the top of the numbers or the top of the logo as kind of the sidewalk here that you want to stay on if you're ineligible in the end zone. So what I mean by that is you come up here, you run a slant. You don't want to run this slant and then be at the back of the end zone where these guys can just push you out once the quarterback leaves the pocket. You want to stay at the top of the numbers. So whatever it is, you're at the top of the numbers or the logo, stay here and come out of it. So you give yourself this little grace period. And I just think it's a nice visual reminder, and you can use it at any level, that has a logo. It's not, whatever the logo ramifications are, they can't push the logo all the way to the edge of the end zone usually. So just using that kind of visual to be like, okay, that's my barrier where I need to make a move and stay kind of around that space to give myself a little grace on these scramble drills. So up, great move from 15, great feel, being on the same page, and that's a strike, man. That's some awesome quarterback play. To be able to overcome the L from the right tackle on the inside move. Okay, we're oversetting, getting too much depth underneath. Whoop. Wow, that's awesome. And we've got Castle, Hotel, Legoland. Next one here. We've got 72 seconds left to go in the game. We're down 3. We're going to rip a great out up top. Little bench or circus or flat deep out. World-class anticipation. Again, a strike in the elements. Again, we're working to our left. It's not my favorite footwork. It doesn't matter. Matters 0. It's a strike. I think he could help himself if he ever wanted to be lined up to the target. But watch when he lets this thing go. So he's separate right there. You can see the wide receiver up top, not out on the outbreak yet. In fact, I would say that's not the greatest leverage in the world, right? We got the outside leverage by the corner. We're inside here. We're gonna let him fly by and cut right off underneath him. But our quarterback is playing with anticipation. So really nice job here. This is a big time throw outside the numbers. 2-minute situation, dot. The defender slips. We're in the elements. We're sliding all over the place. To be able to execute like that is outstanding. Now, again, at the top of this drop, is that how you'd love to be lined up? The answer to me is not me being a dick. The answer is no. He makes it work because he can overcome it with elite arm talent. Most people can't do that. Okay. This, not ideal, to this outcome. Boom, dot. Now it helps when the corner falls, okay? But it's still an anticipation throw with that kind of back end footwork is pretty unreal. Pretty damn impressive. Next one here, big time double move up top to Cup. We're in a 2x2 condensed. He's the slot receiver up top, a little wheel route. This throw looks like it's severely underthrown. I actually think Cup tries to almost slow down too much to kind of protect himself and body it up. I think, if obviously a perfect throw, potentially ends the game, but he's got to go up and kind of protect himself. It's not that far behind him. I think when you watch it from the wide, it looks like he kind of it out there, but I think this is a pretty damn good throw. It's just a nice job protecting the catch more than anything else. Again, when does he let this thing go? Great one-on-one opportunity, great route from Cup. Nice job securing the catch. Again, at this point, he potentially scores if it's a perfect throw ball. But again, I honestly feel like Cup kind of intentionally slows down a little bit too much to kind of protect himself from the throw, and he jumps up and catches it. It's still a big play. Don't get me wrong, but it could have been a touchdown in a perfect world. Now, we're not in a perfect world, right? We got elements. We're on the road. It's a very good defense. But I think those two guys would almost, expect it to, to be the finisher. That's a hell of a route. Now, this next one here, 2nd and 6, the ball's on the 18, 31 seconds left. We're down 3. This is what I would consider Stafford's worst play of the game. Really fortunate, could have ended the game. He just almost predetermines that he's going to chuck it up. And again, the corner, if he could catch, he'd be playing offense. But that thing probably should be an interception and should be a game ender. Now, a few things, okay? You probably know what I'm going to say as far as him throwing to his left, right? At the top of this drop, he, in my opinion, closes himself off with his lower half. That's the first thing. The second thing is just it. That's an uncharacteristic decision. Like, he just doesn't put the ball in harm's way like that the entire game until we're in this situation, and you don't need it. It's 2nd and 6. You've already got a good shot for a field goal. What does this play look like? It looks like quick out, corner. So for me, some iteration of smash. And then on the backside, we've got this little swirl or twirl, whatever you want to call it, return. Now, when you look at this thing, this looks open. This looks open. So if you say you really want to throw the corner, like we're calling this because we think we're going to get a touchdown right here. Well, if we don't like it, so get depth, stay over the top, and let's just say that, you know, the flat defender buzzes out here and takes away the quick out or the out, this is going to be there too. But I think it's magnified because the out is there and the little return is there. And we're just chucking this thing up for really what should be a game-ending interception. So probably the first like real catastrophic error from Stafford. And again, you know, you be the judge of the footwork at the back. I'm not even going to say anything. You just tell me, does that look smooth? Does that look like there's no wasted movement? That's not the film rate, you know, jerking around back there. It's like, Chuck. I mean, even 15 doesn't think he's going to get the ball. He doesn't even look. Do you have the quick out up top? Yes. You got the return down here to the tight end? Yes. You got the back on the check swing? Yes. You got a super easy to do from a clicker and a marker months later? Yes. Okay, I get all that. But that should have been the game. And really fortunate that it's not. Watch that footwork. I would just, I would love to see him when he gets to the back of the drop, not be like that. Be there. Be really there. He's got a great back foot there, but he's lined up there. He's opening the door. He's falling away. He's on his back foot. Oh my God. Whew. Get lucky. Look at the elite guy. Can't believe it. Good night. Wow. Okay, so now we're in overtime. Okay, 31-31. It's 3rd and 4. We are going to have a problem at the line of scrimmage. It's just taking too long. We got the play in plenty of time. We got to move the back, right? We got to move the back in pass pro. They double mug us, so we'll move him up. Then we got to motion him across. Then he wants the ball snapped right there. You can see Stafford clapping his hands. Well, the right guard now like has fallen asleep. Okay, now this is, again, hey man, you're probably here, if you made it through this video till this point, for the details, for the nuance. And let me talk about some of this stuff from having to deal with some of this shit. This guy looks like he comes back and looks for the clap or the leg, okay, from Stafford. He looks like he's the guy in charge of that. And now what did we do at the back? Okay, because they're in double mug, meaning linebacker, linebacker, we don't want that collision to happen back here. So we move the back up. Well, where do we move him up to? We move him up right into the lane of the guy who's supposed to be looking for the snap. Okay? Does that make sense? This is a problem of architecture, of how the system is built, the communication system. So he's looking back, but now the running back has moved from here right into my line. So now I can't see it. So not only do we have to do this like pass pro adjustment, but then we've got this motion that we got to wait for. And then when he wants it snapped, so leg, clap, 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 we're in an away stadium and the guy can't see. So it's a systemic issue more than anything else. It's certainly an execution thing. It could have gone faster, but you got to look holistically at the issues here. Again, right? Look at the guard. He's looking, oh, the back's up here. So now the guard doesn't see the leg lift, right? The guard's not looking right there. Now Stafford's got to clap. He's clapping, 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 clapping. Now the guard goes, wait, what? Hits him with the hand. Fuck, man. And that's the game, guys. That's the game. 3rd and 4 is now 3rd and 9, and we're not going to get it, and they're going to score on the punt return. That's the game. So watch the operation here. You can see Stafford point to the back. Up, up, up. Get up there. And now look at the guard. The guard goes, wait, what? You can't see? Okay, you're there. Can't see? Now he lifts his leg, right? Stafford lifts his leg. The guard's not looking. Now he claps. We can't hear it. Clap it. Now he turns around and looks again. Oh, shit. And we're out of time. Good night. Earmuffs me here. How the fuck did they do that? All right, then the last one here, 3rd and 9. There's not a lot of great options here. This can't be what they wanted to do pass pro wise as far as the left guard taking an L. I think Stafford's just trying to salvage this thing as much as anything else, trying to find a completion when he sees a, purple flash bearing down on him. He's got like Grimace running at him. But where's the ball going to go? The bottom? No. Up top? Probably not. No good options here on 3rd and 9. I think Stafford actually does a great job here of kind of manufacturing this throw potentially, even if he catches it here. Say he catches it right there at the 34. Is he going to get all the way to the 35? Probably not. You're going to go for it there. Maybe. You're probably still punting. Game's probably still over, all because of the penalty more than anything else. But again, tough pass pro here, coach, right? Both guards taking massive L's. Capital L, capital L. You've only got one center. If you had 2 centers, you could cover up both these L's. Whoop. Drop it down, can't catch it for him, and that is a wrap. So that is a wrap as we continue down this Matthew Stafford kind of rabbit hole of 2023. Fun to see kind of these game plans kind of overlap as far as potentially some checks. I thought Stafford and company were playing at a really high level against a very good defense on the road in the elements. Was it perfect? No. Were there some opportunities for them to lose it there at the end? Yeah. But really the only reason they were in it was because of how high of a level of quarterbacking Matthew Stafford was playing. He was spinning it all over the place in the elements, the anticipation. Now, again, some of the stuff that he gets away with because of his arm talent at the top, I don't think is necessarily replicable for many quarterbacks, but he's got such great arm talent. He can really create more than I give him credit for kind of off platform with his arm angles and his flexibility and his precision that stays within his kind of playmaking vibe, that I don't necessarily think of him as kind of that top tier playmaker type quarterback, but really the off schedule stuff kept them in this game and allowed them to kind of have an opportunity in overtime. Now, the operational element of it went sideways for him there at the end with maybe a few too many moving parts on the road. So it was a bummer to see it unwind like that. But man, the precision in the elements coupled with the offensive architecture, the play calling, pretty awesome stuff. So thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.